podcast. Recommend protect this show and bring in everyone that's supposed to be here. Good evening, everybody. This is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon, the man from Mars, busting the Matrix every time, all the time. So if you want to watch a show that is going to bust the Matrix, not your typical UFO talk show with a three-piece suit on, with a beautiful studio, interviewing people that are 80 or 90 years old that used to be generals in the Pentagon, then you're watching it right here. Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. Hey, Hetty, good to see you. Dorita, good to see you. We're going to be busting the Matrix tonight, folks. You better believe it. We always do and always will. Always do and always will. Please tap on the screen. Those that are tapping, thank you. Those that are not tapping, start tapping. Everyone needs to tap, share, like, love. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate it. I think Lamia, hello. Good to see you. Queen MT. Jason, welcome to the show. Everybody out there, wherever you are, welcome to the show. And a show it will be. It will be a wonderful show here tonight, as always. And we're just doing some random invites here. Now we just invited 14 people. So you can invite 10, 15, 5 people that you think should be here watching the show Encounters. Bring them in. Bring them in. Tim, welcome. Lena, welcome. Edna, welcome. And tonight is usually we do some morning stuff. I have 2 shows that I have not posted yet. One from last night and one from the other night or whatever. So we'll get those posted. Hola, Elizabeth Cruz, good to see you. Allison Wilkie, Paul Heath. Everybody out there, wherever you are, the universe is not that far, brothers and sisters. Karen Stevenson, welcome. Aries Fire 7, welcome to the show. Aries Fire, Digital Interaction. Johnny 65. A-Rod, hey, good to see you, A-Rod. Welcome, Georgia Peach. Just about everybody out there, wherever you are, if you're new to the show, you've found a actual show. This is not your normal social media. Hope, thank you for the heart me. We appreciate it, which means I need to set my goals up here. We got to get the goals going. So we're going to do the coffee. We're going to do the coffee thing for a while, and then we'll switch it to something else. Jackie F., welcome to the show. We are just getting started here. So if you're just tuning in, we are just getting started. Just want to make sure everything is what it should be here. Okay, let's see here. Give me 1 second. I'm just adjusting something. There we go. All right, now we're good. Hey, Jackie F., good to see you. Mike Masters, welcome. Rainey Edwards, welcome to the show. And everybody out there around the world. Lovola, good to see you. Brandy, greetings. Thank you, Brandy. We appreciate you so much. 27, Stranger Vet, good evening. Miss Gypsy, love and light. Sister, love and light to you. Snaggle, welcome, Snaggle. We do acknowledge everybody out there. Joseph, welcome. I think we got T. Dan in there. Love Vintage. Bryant, welcome to the show, Bryant. Xena, blessings to you. And just really everybody out there. So if I don't see you, or for some reason I didn't say your name, I know you are out there. I know you're there. I got a glass of apple cider, as usual. Need apple cider always. Don't need it, but I drink it. It's a part of what I do on the show. That's right, Chance, always. Char, welcome to the show. And we are definitely, hey, April and Monica, we're going to get into stuff tonight. I have no idea where we're going to be going, but I can tell you this. No paranormal discussions, Zippo paranormal discussions, never paranormal discussions. You have to be over 18, no cursing, no foul language, no drinking, no vaping, no smoking, no kids on the show, and you have to be over 18, of course. I think I covered most of that. Jordan, welcome to the show, Jordan. Sonia, good to see you. Jordan, welcome. Hot Pickles, I think it was. Golden Bear. Hey, Golden Bear. So tonight we're going to have a wonderful program for everybody out there around the world on the planet Earth. Welcome. The whole planet is like a studio for me. So you can actually, I don't understand. Well, I understand what it is, but we don't get into that. Liz with Spirit and Grace, let's go. All right, hey, Liz with Spirit and Grace. Hey, Paranormal Ghostbusters. Good to see you, brother. 2345, welcome, user 434. And welcome. We're doing well, and I appreciate that photo of what you took on the airline jet the other night. That was a great, great picture. So we appreciate it there, for sure. And we found another video of some UFO stuff in Lake Shasta, in Mount Shasta. I contacted the person and trying to find out when the video was taken before I post it. But it's a good video. Now it'll be posted if I get the information confirmed. I'll post it on Astro Command Spaceship News on my main page here on TikTok. Terry Bryant, welcome. Midnight USA, welcome to the show. Glenn with 1N. Kelly L. Hey, Wanda in Georgia. Good evening out there. I don't know if I got a copy of it. I'm looking for a copy of it. If I do, I'll post it. Watkins Wade 4. Shanana, good evening. I'm just acknowledging people. We're just getting started, folks. You haven't really missed anything yet. But we're going to have another Kathy 184, welcome. You're going to have another great show tonight. User 281. I see everybody coming here. Geo Foreman. Sarah says, hey, Sarah says, fishing down the rabbit hole. Thank you for the share. Terry Bryant. Everybody, David 1969. User 598. Dolly Wood. And I'm just say Jennifer Holly. Welcome, Jennifer. Hey, welcome, Jennifer, thank you for the roses. I appreciate that. Jennifer Holly, thank you for the roses. Thank you so much. Tookie Ray, that's an interesting name. Make sure the volume's up here. There it is. Dominic, welcome, Dominic. Lynn 948, good to see you. Thank you, Sarah says, and Lynn for the gifts. We appreciate all the little gifts. They all add up. So thank you. Rick, welcome to the show. So this is Encounters. Not yet. Have I been taken yet? Not yet. We will be soon. Mish Mish. They keep heating up the waters. I thought Astro is putting an end to it. I don't know about heating up the waters, but Astro is working on, first of all, replenishing the areas that were messed up a few weeks ago by negative ET technology with our U.S. government, with aquifers in the water, and with also life in the depths of our oceans. They're doing as much as they can in one area at a time. It can't all be all done at once. But they are definitely involved. I don't know which waters you're saying are heating up, but they are working on some very important things right now regarding the protection of all life in specific areas that have been attacked by negative ETs with our government a few weeks ago. That has been stopped and replenishing it, but when it was happening, it was devastating. A teacher, welcome. Bill, welcome to the show. Joseph. Elizabeth Cruz 9, welcome. Doctor, welcome, Doctor. JP, all the new people I see here, all the different names I see coming in. Walker, welcome, Michelle. Blake Arnold, I see a lot of new names. Coog, hey Coog. Ruby Rubio, good to see you. Rubio, hello to you as well. Loba, welcome to the show. This is Encounters. I see a lot of new faces here, or at least names. You're coming to the right place on TikTok tonight. This is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on the planet. You want to be here. Alcacent, hey, good evening. Chris, welcome. So just to give some background to all the new names I see here, I am the talk show host of WESU-FM's Cosmic Eye Radio on Sunday mornings at 11:30 a.m. Karen Morgan on NPR Pacifica Radio for 21 years. Hey, Rosa. And I've been on here on TikTok. It looks like, thank you, Sarah says. It looks like I'm going to have to do some light work, you see. I think I got to take this Taiwan bomb out of here. And Taiwan bomb, who has 0 followers, you're going to have no connection to the show. The commander did some Astro Command work just now. Zero Bomb is now disappeared into the ethers, nor did they know that the commander runs the show. But they will never see it again, so there you go. Wendell, welcome to the show. Hey, Shell Bell. You see, I love these people. They come out of the blue moon on my show, say what they say, and then they don't realize that, they don't know what's going to happen next. And then, bam, what happened? I can't see him anymore. Where'd he go? Where's that show? I can't, did he just, I don't believe I just got, yeah, of course. Of course, what do you expect? The one rule I have here, if you're a troll, I will knock you out into the universe. If you're coming here with negativity, you will be knocked out here in the universe. That's one of my rules of my show forever, and even my radio show. You know, if I interview anybody, I know at least who I'm interviewing. On here, the commander has no time to waste energy on negativity. We just knock them right out. You know, they can just be negative with themselves and look in the mirror. April, thank you for the hand heart. We appreciate it. We got too many things going on here. You know what I mean? Yes, they just got bombed, Jackie F, for sure. And my mods are watching. Hetty's one of my mods here. Robbie Rain said, I had a very odd dream. Robbie, do you want to tell us what your dream was about? It might be something we can talk about on the show. Basically, it's not so much whether you believe me, but when they come in saying things like they just did without even knowing anything, then they need to go because they're not even here to learn anything. I've been in this trip for too long, you know. I'm pretty hep to what happens. Most people are pretty good. And people that really want to learn, they ask the right questions. People that don't want to learn, they did what that person did, so they're just gone. I don't waste time with it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Be respectful, yeah. Absolutely, brain food is right. Yep. Little Leah, welcome. Absolutely. Oh, she can cut two. Oh, she can cut two? Welcome. Media Woman, I think it is. N-Ball something deep. Dorita, thank you for the gift. You know, we're just getting started here, so you've not missed anything yet. You know, you haven't missed anything. Karen Morgan, welcome. Alcove, thank you for the roses. We appreciate all the gifts. Dean Winchester, I think you might be a guest on my show. Rachel, thank you. I have seen many UAPs. We're going to be doing interviews in a few minutes here. J&M, thank you for joining us. Always, J&M, good to see you. And again, as long as you're over 18, no smoking, no vaping, no drinking, no drugs, no drunks, no paranormal discussion, no kids on the show, and I think I covered most of it. No cursing and no foul language. Whatever order I put it in, that makes no difference. As long as all those things are on the list. I think Dean Winchester. Hey, Sweden. EWA, good to see you. Kitty Jackson, you want to hear my Kitty, and I might bring you up just to ask me that question, Kitty. So I love to bring people up to ask me questions like that. Hey, J&M. Hey, Betty. So we just might bring you up. I want to hear what Dean has to tell us. I think Dean has some interesting things here to talk about. And hopefully my screen will be keeping itself bright. And if it doesn't, I have to use the other side where the light is. Unfortunately, Dean only has 6 followers. Ah, see, wow. Well, Dean has seen many UAPs. Dean, we have to get Dean up to 50 followers. Can we do that? Let me just see here. If we get Dean up to 50 followers, I'm pinning your Dean, you have to change your settings on private, Dean. Dean Winchester, calling Dean Winchester on the show here. You must change your setting to public, and then everybody here can follow you. And if we get you over 50, I can bring you up. I think the minimum is now 50. So if you definitely change your setting, we will get you up to 50 followers. We would like to hear your story. I have seen many UAPs in my life. I'd love to hear that story. And in the meantime, we'll bring up Kitty Jackson if she wishes, if she has enough. Oh, yeah, Kitty has enough people. Kitty has enough followers. Kitty, if you'd like to come up, press the multi-guest icon. I'll bring you up and you can ask the question, and we have a verbal, beautiful conversation here on Encounters. And if anybody here has any stories to tell, whether it's been visitation, if you're seeing UFOs, spaceships, as they call them, non-terrestrial craft, we want to know about your story now, okay? Hey, Monica, we want to know. And so please let us know by joining us. Don't be afraid to share your story. If you've never gone public about your story, if you're somebody who's got connections with top secret security cosmic clearance and you want to come up here, come up here. If you're tired of all the lies that you've seen, if you have that clearance that's been going on behind the scenes, let our audience know. Let our people know out there that these things are going on. We want to hear about those things for sure. Every bit of information helps. I'm just looking at the notes here, not the notes, but the comments here. And may I join a little bit still fishing? Oh, yeah, Kitty Jackson, yeah. When you finish dinner, absolutely you can join us. We appreciate that. Save me some dinner. I'll come over in a spaceship and we'll have some dinner with you guys. If I was able to do that, I would. 6-2, thank you for the follow. Hey, Trance, welcome back. Good to have everybody coming in here. All the new followers, please follow me if you're coming in here. Follow the commander so you know when we're here. Everyone follow us. Everybody just press the follow button. And tonight was one of those nights where we are coming in and out of our screen, but that's all right. Media Woman, thank you for the heart me. Kit Kat, good to see you, sister. Oh, he's 24, needs 26 more. Okay. And we have somebody coming in here that wants to be a guest. Let me see who that is. So the something RO, let's see here. Can you tell us what you wish to speak about? Or I think I just got the RO part. You're a friend of the show. Can you tell us what you want to speak about? Rosa, since I have been watching your show, I have been waiting so much to have encounters with the beings. Well, Rosa, you don't have to wait. You just have to meditate. That could be a sticker. You don't have to wait. You just have to meditate. I just made that up. But if you wish to learn how to get ready for contact, you don't have to wait for it. You have to do meditation. You have to go within. The key part of it for people that are looking to make contact. Also, you can use the C5 app from Dr. Stephen Greer. That'll help you as a tool. The C5 app, if you have an iPhone, you can download it. If you have a Android phone, download it. But beyond the C5 app, learning how to do the protocol of contact, what you want to do is meditate and go within. connect with your higher self with the Christed levels of light, cosmically speaking. And as you do that meditation, you'll be learning how to get ready to make contact and have encounters with cosmic Christed people of light specifically. That's really important. You're following, let me see here. They were here a minute ago. Let me see. The person that I'm gonna actually try to bring him back on the screen. I have to go backwards here. And I'll pin up that person. Let's see. Here it is, right here. Dean Winchester. This person right here, Dean Winchester. I've seen many UAPs, but I didn't have enough followers to go live with me, so we're hoping to get him up there to over 50. Dean Winchester. Rita Sandler, it's good to see you. Good to ever see everybody else there. So, I've been having this understanding, and I think it's something that is really important. There's a lot of stuff going on off planet right now. I know many of you that have watched my show over the last year have seen things transpire in your own lives, spiritually, cosmically, and otherwise, right? So much going on right now. I'm sure you're having more vivid dreams, cosmic dreams, I call them, where you're having vivid dreams of, seeing space people in your dreams. And I'm sure there's a number of people that are having that experience. Sloan, thank you for the heart me. Jody said, I know a lot of people are. I can sense it. Now, a year ago, or when I first got on here, maybe not as much. Laura J, it used to be 300, but I've been getting people up here at 50. So I don't know what TikTok's rules are anymore about that. I heard strange noises behind my shed, but it was just two dogs banging away. Oh, okay, interesting. I can't remember my dreams. And Sheena, sometimes I don't either. You go off planet, but you don't remember the dream. If you're having a cosmic dream, you might not remember it. Sometimes we don't. For whatever reason, we come back and we don't remember the dream. There are nights when I'll have no dreams, and there are nights when I'll have really vivid dreams. Hey, Amber, good to see you. Robbie Rain says, driving on a turnpike, my first sight, seen a green light hovering over and got dizzy. Oh, Robbie. Okay, Robbie, we'll bring you up. He'll be our first. I knew this was going to happen on my screen.
Hello, Commander.
Hey, Robbie, I just can't move. I got to move my camera. I was hoping my screen wouldn't do this. Some nights it doesn't, and some nights it doesn't. Let me just make adjustments here to the lighting in my not expensive studio here. Okay, here we go. Welcome to the show, Robbie. Good to see you.
Hey, what's up? Good to see you too.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about what you're saying. You said you were driving on a turnpike.
So the other night, my first night back to work this week, on my way to my first site, I was driving up the turnpike to go to my first site, and I seen like this green hovering light right above the highway, and it was just stationary there. At first, I thought maybe it was just a helicopter hovering or like a plane or something, but then I took my camera from my phone and zoomed in closer, and there was no signs of it looking like a plane or a helicopter. And then as soon as I did that, I got really dizzy, and I had to pull over and sit down.
Oh my gosh!
Minutes. So I mellow out. I straight. I get my mind straight. I get my head straight and everything. And I go back to actually go to record a video of it. I was going to get a video to post. It just vanished. Completely vanished.
Totally disappeared. How many minutes did that green object appear to you before it vanished?
It was about a minute and a half that I seen it there. And at the 2-minute mark is when I got dizzy, so I had to pull over because I'm driving. I drive nights. I work night shift, so I had to pull over and not risk anything happening. So at first I woke up. I woke up the next day. At first I was like, oh, that was weird. Maybe I was tired or something. But yet again, it was my first night back, and I had a 3-day weekend I decided to take for my son's birthday, so I got plenty of rest over the weekend. And I woke up like really like had a major headache. Like I felt like out of place. Time felt different in a weird way. So I go on about my day. I take my pre-work nap. I usually take a nap before I go into work because working night shift, you need to make sure you're rested. So I had the most weirdest dream ever. So in a dream, I remember it clear as day. In a dream, I remember, I was walking outside my house and I seen that green light again. And a beam of light just came down, and I felt like my spirit was lifted into this light. And then it does like a time lapse in the dream to where I end up on a planet of like crystal buildings and like it was so weird. And then when I woke up, that woke me up. Like just having that, I realized I was dreaming. I was like, whoa! And then I woke up and I was like, bro, what is going on?
But you had a physical sighting, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'm getting information for you. If you watch, my show and the way I work.
Yes, so I watch you all the time, Commander.
I'm reading really carefully everything in what you said. But here's what happened to you. You did have the sighting, which you talked about just moments ago for about a little bit over a minute. When you went to sleep, you had a dream about the green object, correct?
Yes.
You had also said that there was a beam of light, and that beam of light was a technology to take you on the spaceship.
Okay.
You went on the spaceship. When you went on the spaceship, do you remember anything?
All I remember, I was surrounded by people in weird outfits. Like I couldn't really tell because it was blurry. It was like blurred out in the dream itself.
Right.
But I didn't feel like I was in danger. I didn't feel like I was, I felt at peace. Like finally all the stress had lifted off my shoulders, and I felt like I was with, like I guess you could say I was in a peaceful state. I was with my people, like.
Yes, you were with your people. Let me explain. Let me switch over my consciousness now to the Astro Command consciousness to help you on this. You just said something very profound. I felt like I was with my people. If you had clarity of your vision when they took you on the ship, you were with people. They were human. These people were both men and women.
Yeah, they're
taken.
Yep.
I don't know what planet they're from, but you were taken to a very advanced civilization, a planet. You said crystallized structures.
Yes.
Yes, they were crystallized structures. It's a planet that is very advanced and also a very beautiful planet. I don't know where it is in the universe, but it does exist. You were taken there when the ship came to see you. When the beings the men and women on the ship came to you. You were out in an area where there was nothing there except you and the ship, correct?
Correct.
There's a reason why it was just you and the ship. That's when it happens. What just happened to you is your cosmic family, what you call the spiritual cosmic family that you're connected to, found you. They found you and they connected to you. They did it gently by making it look like, well, first they showed you the ship without sleeping, but in what they call the dream state is when they took you on the ship. In essence, you weren't even dreaming. Your whole physical body went on the ship. They wanted you to think it was a dream at first to get you assimilated to the fact that you're being taken to another planetary system. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm speaking in very high frequencies of consciousness as I'm explaining to you some things here. You're going to have another encounter with them again if you wish to do so. Matter of fact, the men and women from this world, typically they're taller than regular human.
Yes.
And so how tall are you?
I am 5'11".
They would be about 7 to 7.5 feet tall, maybe 8.
Like basketball players. Woo.
Yeah, but they are perfectly beautiful people. If you had clearly been able to adjust your vibrational patterns, you would see how beautiful they are. You would have gotten to see how beautiful their planet is. Their structures are made out of crystal. What they're called their cities are made out of crystal. The crystals don't crack. They're made out of a specific crystal, and they have crystallized forms of structure.
Yep.
Very beautiful structures. They do have mountains and similar things that Earth would have, but they're very advanced. They are very, very, very loving people. And the reason why you didn't feel any fear, because they are coming from that level, as I talked about, they are Christed being space people of light.
Makes sense.
You understand?
Crystal building,
Yes.
crystals are good for that, for light and good energies and positive energies.
Yes. So you have the opportunity now, when these things happen like this, such a beautiful story, you as a person have, no matter what you're doing when you work at night, you have the opportunity to now connect with them. Now they know where you are, so they can connect with you. They found you. All right.
Awesome.
It's all a matter of time. When they find you, the people that you're connected to, then you have the ability to now communicate with them on a regular basis.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So here's what you need to do, or here's what I would suggest you do. Just call out to them before you go to sleep at night. Sit quietly in a quiet room and call out to them and say, I remember being beamed up and taken to the planet with your crystallized structures on your planet. And I would like to have a clear vision of you visually, and I would like to communicate with you again. Can we please do this? So what you're doing is you're facilitating telepathic contact with these space people from this planet that is very beautiful. The planet actually is bigger than the planet Earth. It would be bigger than the planet Earth. It would be, I'm getting, it's about two Earths in one. If you take two planet Earths and put it in one, it'd be double the size of the planet Earth. It's a bigger planet. It's definitely a bigger planet.
I would assume so, being that they're tall.
Well, not so much the height of the people. It doesn't have anything to do with the planet. It just is their planet is double the size of Earth.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. You're going to go back again. You might not realize it yet. They're coming back. They're going to come back and bring you back on the ship. I don't know when that is, but you're going to be the one to facilitate the communications with them. I would say tonight, later, or maybe tomorrow night, whenever you get home tonight or whenever you're not out working, sit down in a quiet space, relax, take a deep breath from working, and just relax. And then allow yourself to be in the state of remembering the ship, the green light, the beam, and communicate with them telepathically and say, I am ready. Thank you for bringing me on the ship. I'm ready to see you. I'm ready to interact. I'm ready to learn. I want to know more about the planet here. And you will have contact. I don't know how that works for each individual, but I know you're going to have. I keep getting, they want to contact you again.
Awesome. So I'll do that when I get home. Because when I get home, I'm pretty tired. So my mind's at that state to where I can focus only on like sleeping, I guess, and other things. Like, I'll give it a shot.
No. Yeah. Or just take it a time when you're not doing any work and you have a lot of energy, then do the meditation.
Also, another note I want to add to that. After I woke up from that dream and that nap, my body felt drained. I felt like I ran a marathon.
Well, yeah, because you went from one existence on Earth to an Earth-based reality, and your body wasn't ready for the experience to be altered into a different consciousness, a different vibrational pattern. So you went from the Earth-based vibration to the vibration of where they come from. So your body wasn't ready for it, but you can attune your body and prepare for travel now that you've had the experience. You can prepare yourself for the next journey with them, and you can ask them to help you prepare for the next journey, that they can help you so you can actually be prepared when you go to their planet again, whether you're wearing a spacesuit, that they put you in or whatever, you'll be prepared for the next journey with them.
Awesome. I appreciate you letting me come up here and tell my story, Commander.
Well, it's your story, and it's a beautiful one, and I switched my consciousness to tune into them, and they're beautiful people. They're very beautiful beings of light. They are physically human.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're most welcome, and I thank you, Robbie, for bringing it up.
No problem.
This is what I love doing, when I can read a story and read the energy and tune in my other level of consciousness and help you out a little bit. I appreciate the story. I think everybody did. Thank you for coming up on here.
No problem. Later, Commander. I'll still be in the chat watching you guys.
I know you will. Hey, Robbie, we'll let you go down. Here we go.
All right.
And that's our first guest. And this is what I do in my show. I can read energy from stories, and I can tell a lot about the beings. Sometimes I don't know where they're from, the planets, but this planet was way, way far out, way beyond Earth, and very, very advanced. So we appreciate Robbie's story. And if you wish to share a story similar to Robbie's or something different, you have to be over 18, no kids on the show, no smoking, no vaping, no drinking, no drunks, no paranormal discussion, and no foul language. Yeah, we want to keep it on a very professional level, as we always have here on Encounters. And I have my my wonderful people that are moderators that will also help. So we welcome everybody here. JB has a story. Dean Winchester, let me see. Well, Dean Winchester has 36 people, and I'm going to try to bring Dean Winchester up. Dean Winchester, if you get an invite, see if you can come up on the invite. You have like 36, you have to have 50. I don't know if Dean Winchester can do it. I don't think you have enough followers yet. But maybe Dean can come up. I have given up figuring out TikTok. Dean Winchester is on with us. Good evening, Dean.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. And welcome to the show. Whereabouts are you located?
Okay. Usually I try not to say where I'm located, but I live in 7 different states. My story goes back to when I was very young in Brazil. I remember having dreams. But I talk to my friends now. I'm 53 years old. So I talk to my friends that were with me in those days, and they kind of tell me that they can't remember. But I remember very clearly when we were very young, probably about 8 years old, and we made a circle and we request the presence of UFOs. In those days, we were fascinated about it. And shortly after those days, I remember having dreams. I remember dreams of them taking my dad. I remember dreams of them. I never saw them, but I remember going into a forest. It was a forest in Brazil. I used to fish a lot, and I remember them like teaching us and talking to us about things. And it's kind of vague. I can't quite remember. However, when I moved to the United States when I was 16 years old, I was in West Patterson when I saw it the first time. I saw it on this mountain called Gary Mountain, and that was the first interaction I had. It was huge. It looked like a blimp, and it was standing right in front of me. I was looking at Route 80, and it was dark. The cops were coming around to close the park, and I was with my nephew. My nephew had a camera, and he was filming, but he was filming to my left, and I turned to my right, and I heard very clearly. I said, "Look to your right," and then I looked to my right. And I saw it. It was standing there just like a blimp. But the whole time for me, it was like everything was in slow motion. Wow. I couldn't tell anything to him. And I never told him that because, in those days, people used to think we were crazy, so I never talked about it. Mm-hmm. And then the other time, when I met my wife, we were 20 years old, and I was telling her, I said, I have the ability to, I can call on the UFOs, and they show up. And she says, "You crazy?" I said, "No, I'm not. I can show you." I said, "Do you want to see it?" She says, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." So we were standing in Hackensack, New Jersey, and we were looking for apartments because we were actually dating at that time. We were actually engaged, and I told her, I said, look in between the 2 buildings. And she looked in between the 2 buildings. I said, "Can you see?" And she says, "I don't see anything." I said, "Look again." And then she kept looking, and then suddenly she sees it, and she held my hand and squeezed my hand. She was very afraid of it. And I saw it a few more times. I saw it in Arizona when there was a storm. I say I heard, but the reality is that I don't hear a voice. I was told to look outside in the storm. Really? So I went out there with my phone, and I started filming. And they said the storm, it was a harbor storm. It was very windy and lots of electricity in the air, you know.
Yeah.
And I heard them say clearly, they said, we are here to gas up our vehicles. They use the energy of the storm they steal the energy of the storm somehow.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So I was filming, and I was able to get when a lightning just hit the ship. It lit up, and you could see it looked gigantic, like a gigantic egg shape. And I posted on YouTube and everything. And I remember thinking about this, going to look at it, and YouTube, like they took out the part in which the UFO appears.
Really?
It's not there anymore.
So YouTube took it out and edited your video.
This was years ago. They deleted it, and then so I started getting spooked out by this stuff. So I prayed really hard, and I asked God to. I didn't want to see these things anymore, you know. So I haven't seen anything in about 15 years. However, 5 years ago, and that is the reason why I'm here, because perhaps maybe you can share a light. I mean, this troubled me a lot. I was taking a shower. I was going to work. It was like 1 a.m. and I saw this ball, the size of a chair, just orange, showed up in front of my car at 1 a.m. and made a circle. And it shot out to the other side, and I went to work, and I told everybody, and everybody started laughing at me, thinking I was crazy. Oh, you know, you don't work the overnight shift, and so all the other officers thought I was, you know, they're crazy, and so I never told anybody about it. However, a few days later, I was taking a shower to go to work again, and I heard clearly during the daytime. It was so close to me; it was incredible. I heard look through the window. And I looked through the window, and within like maybe 3 feet of my window, which is in the second floor, there was this bright orange light bulb the size of a chair coming in very slowly. And I'm looking at it, but I don't even know why I'm standing in there, you know, holding on to dear life on that window looking. And it came right in front of me. When it came right in front of me, it appeared to be a hole in the fabric of space and time, because everything was blue in the sky except the orange ball. And when it got in front of my window, I looked into it, and I could see things in there. You know, there were things inside of it. Like I wouldn't say people. What things did you see? It looks like I was almost like a mirror to another place. You know, like everything was orange, but it looks like I could see trees and maybe things moving around. But I don't know what they were, and then and it started moving away from me and became very, very, very small and disappeared. But even today, 53 years old, man, I can go outside right now in the dark, and I have 2 acres out here, and I look up, and if I concentrate long enough, lights start coming around. I don't know why this happens.
I'm getting information, so I'm going to be I'm working in my Ashtar Command consciousness. I'm not just working as a talk show host, people. If you're new to my show, I come from Mars originally. I came here from Mars, a planet of 10 to 15 million people. I am from the Ashtar Command, which are the star people of light that represent the positive people, beings of light from other planetary systems. I'm also a contactee, so I'm going to help you. I am fascinated by this story, and I don't want you to be afraid. Your mind is telling you to be afraid of what you're doing, because your mind doesn't understand what your cosmic spirit understands. And your cosmic spirit, a matter of fact, your inner spirit, the inner being that you are, was given this gift when you came to Earth. You were given the gift to remember who you were. And so you became scared of it. And so therefore you wanted to stop doing it. You know, you had the ability to connect with the star people. It's not so much you're bringing in just any specific UFO. So I'm going to give you some clarity here, which is what you want. First of all, do not be afraid of what you're doing. There are people that have these gifts to summon spaceships of light from other worlds. You have a gift that was given to you at birth. Well, you're using it as you got older. Not everybody has a gift like this. When you're able to bring, and when that ball of light came to you, and you saw what appears to be a lot of movement and a blue sky and things, that was a galactic portal opening to another planetary system. You actually have more than just a gift. you're able to open galactic portals and be able to go somewhere else. If you were to go there, you probably could come back, but you'd have to learn before you do anything how you're doing it, because you have this gift that is just naturally part of who you are. In terms of the spaceships, the next thing for you to do is not to try to have your mind block you from doing it. You need to tell your mind to stop doing that to you. Don't be afraid. You're not being abducted by negative ETs. You have an ability, you're connected to higher vibrational patterns of light, which means that when they tell you in a voice in English to look up or do this or do that, this is your cosmic family communicating with you. They're trying to tell you in a very subtle way. We just want to show you what our ships can do in a storm. Like before, they use the energy from the storm to regenerate the energy in their ships. Some ships do that. The beings on the ship are using natural universal energy to regenerate things. All the ships are different. But I want you to understand that as you tell these stories, and you have a lot to share here, so I'm going to have you talk more, is that they are waiting for you to not be afraid. They're waiting for you to just stop turning your mind on and listening to what your mind tells you. I've told people before, when you're having a positive situation, but your mind gets scared, it will try to stop you from completing the communications. Sometimes you need to tell the mind to stop doing what it does. The mind can be your worst enemy and not your friend. So your brain has the ability to analyze things, and sometimes it makes a mistake. It doesn't allow you to complete the experience. And sometimes you should be able to complete the experience, and you'll know, and I know for a fact that you've never been abducted by extraterrestrials, correct?
I don't recall anything like that.
No, you never have. You never will be. You are operating on a very, very high frequency or vibration. Now, whether your friends laugh at you or not makes no difference. Don't even worry about what people think. All right? What you need to do is allow yourself to have the experience. And for many years you haven't had the experience. You said 5 years ago, mentioned what happened. They want to communicate with you. They've respected your wish not to have the interaction, but you are connected, just like my last guest. You have a connection to them. There is a certain spiritual connection, cosmic connection that you need to fulfill. So I would say to you, when you go in meditation, or if you are, they can hear everything you say. If you say in your consciousness, I wish to know who you are that are communicating with me. Am I part of your civilization? Did I come to Earth from where you are originally? Can you tell me about who you are? I appreciate you giving me more information. I want to learn a little bit about more who you are in those spaceships, where you come, how you found me. Ask all those questions. You have a right to ask those questions, and they will reciprocate by responding to you. The question is, are you willing, after hearing what I'm saying, and I'm tuning into this, are you willing to take that leap of faith and do that?
I would have to prepare myself. I mean, it has been so many years. Honestly, I'm kind of afraid of it. I see them. I don't see them as coming from other planets. I see them as coming from the Earth, and I kind of wonder if the things that we know about science related to the Earth, if it is correct. I'm not quite sure that the Earth is. I'm not saying it's flat. I'm not saying it's square. I'm just thinking. I just think it is bigger than what they say it is.
Right. The Earth is bigger, but that's a whole separate subject. What I'm telling you is you have to let go of the fear. Your fear is stopping you from. I know you are. So I want to do some work with you. If you'll let me do it, I'm going to take that fear away from you right now. I do remote working. With the command, they downloaded me the ability to help people, and I would like to help you get rid of the fear. Are you willing to let me do that?
Oh, we can try.
Oh, we don't have to try. We can do it without trying. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to close your eyes.
Okay.
And I want you to take a deep breath in and breathe out of your nostrils about 3 or 4 times. And we're going to help you. I'm working in my Ashtar Command consciousness now, so we're going to definitely help you. And when you're relaxed, let me know.
I feel relaxed.
Okay. I'm going to use my hands, my right and left palm. I'm doing this directly myself. I don't need I'm not having any assistance off planet. I've been downloaded the ability to do this recently. We're going to work on, in a minute or so, you're going to feel some energy coming on the top of your head itself, where your brain is. Give me a moment. Relax. Be still. In a moment, you'll feel some warmth of energy coming over you. When you start feeling a tingle or energy, let me know.
I feel peaceful.
Yes. Yes. We're working on your brain right now, at least I am. We're working on the part of your brain that's afraid, and we're telling your brain not to be afraid. We're not just telling it, we're working on the molecular structure of the brain that thinks too much about fear, and we're going to lessen the fear and balance the vibrational patterns of your body up, which I'm doing. You have nothing to fear, brother. Nothing whatsoever. These space people are part of your star family for you. And all they wish to do is communicate with you. I'm getting images of them in my consciousness as I have my eyes closed. They radiate a lot of light around their bodies. I can see a little bit of them. They have a very vibrant light around their bodies, the men and women. You will not be afraid anymore. You have nothing to fear. Do you understand?
Yes.
In the next few days, you're going to regain your ability not to be afraid whatsoever, starting tonight. You'll have a few days to recenter your energy, which is being done now as I do the work on your cellular structure. There's no fear left, brother. No fear left in you. You're pure light, you're pure love. That's the essence of who you are in the human form. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. For now, that's what I've done. There'll be no more fear in you. You'll be able to make the communications, yes. You don't feel the fear that you have no more fear. Do you feel the love in your heart now?
I feel relaxed. I wasn't.
Yes. You wasn't, yes. You're going to be relaxed for the rest of your life now.
Thank you.
We've taken all the fear out of you. I've taken all the fear out of you, and it's gone. That's part of the abilities of healing that the command gave me about a week or two ago. And I'm able to do this from remotely where I am anywhere in the world. And I just did this with you. And you're going to have some beautiful experiences with the space people. And you're going to allow yourself to take that leap now. You won't be able to be afraid to walk over that mountain to the next mountain on that bridge that goes across one mountain to the other. You're going to walk over that bridge as tall as you are, look straight forward, and never fall down. You understand?
I understand. I will take your word for it, and I will try to see what happens. And I'll let you guys know.
Take your time. There's no rush, because you now have to remember the things you were able to do. And that's the other thing we worked on, your memory. So you're going to, as I worked on you, you're going to remember in meditation. That's the key thing. Meditate when you have time for maybe 20, 30 minutes, and use the meditation to remember how you were able to summon the space people and their ships and so forth to you. And when you do that, communicate with them telepathically. That means just like you and I are talking, you'll communicate with them telepathically through consciousness. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay.
I understand.
Dean, thank you for coming up here, brother.
Thank you so much. Thank you for
there
your
was a reason
explanation.
why. I knew there was a reason why we had to get you up here, and I'm glad we did.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
All
Thank you,
right.
guys.
Well, thank you. All right,
Have a good
Dean. We're
night.
going to bring Dean down, and see, that's what we do here. That's what I'm able to do. Am I a Christian? I'm a Christed being of light, Krusty. I don't believe in any isms, Judaism, Christianism, or Muslimism, or whatever isms. I'm a Christed being of light, basically. If you don't know what that is, that means that I come from another planet, and I do believe in Christ, but Christ is an energy, it's not a person. So the beings from outer space that are Christed beings of light come from peaceful worlds. I appreciate the question. Yes, Ruby Rubio. Yes, I lived on Mars before coming to Earth. Mars is a planet of 10 to 15 million inhabitants. Just the other day, NASA vaguely released information saying that they know that there are oceans on the planet Mars within Mars. Dean, thank you for sharing your story. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let's see here. And we'll be getting some more people here. If you wish to share your story like Dean did, like Robbie did earlier, you have to be over 18, number one. No smoking, no drinking, no vaping, no drugs, no cursing, no paranormal discussion, no kids on the show. And we're very focused on what the nature of the program is here. So please let me know if you've had any stories regarding these areas who've been visited by space people. We'd like to know about that, Dan Starkey. Dan Starkey, I think you're going to be lost in a minute. Dan, did you know you're going to be lost in a minute, brother? Dan is going to be very lost in space. Bye-bye. What's that? What was that? Someone saying bye-bye? Bye-bye. Dan Starkey is now lost in space. Bye-bye, Dan. If that's the reason why you came here, now you're out in the universe. Tara, right, he's on the wrong side. You see, he didn't realize the commander's been around a while on the planet, and I've seen it before, people like him. Yes. See, we work very quickly. We don't have time for that energy. Now he's going to have to find another TikTok live where they're talking about the flat earth, and then he can get lost in that group or whatever. Or get involved in some religious argument or something. I don't know. You're watching Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. As you can see, the commander's in control of his show, have some good moderators, but the host knows what he's doing. Always. Always. So as I'm saying, if you have a story to tell regarding encounters, if you've had any visitations, even if you've been abducted, we'd like to hear your story. If you've had contact with Bigfoot, with the mer people, with fairies, we definitely want to hear your story. We definitely would love to hear your story. And please don't forget to gift the show, because that helps me do what I'm doing. So if you're not gifting us and you want to do my Venmo, you can go to my Venmo account. Hey, Hetty, welcome back. Starseed Syndrome. Give us some background, Starseed Syndrome, what you talk about. We'd love to probably hear your story since I was 5. Okay, so we're going to bring Starseed Syndrome on in a minute. And I just want to say, if you have not gone to my Cash App, which is Venmo, go to my main page. There's a link on my main profile page, and that link will take you there. All our shows are recorded, and you can watch them on Ashtar Command Spaceship News on YouTube. Ashtar Command Spaceship News on YouTube. Let's see here. Starseed Syndrome. Our next guest. Robbie, thank you for the roses. You're watching Encounters. So we'll see if Starseed Syndrome is here. Oh, thank you, Tara. We appreciate you going to Venmo. Again, my Venmo, I don't mention it all the time, but that is really helpful if people go directly to that to make a voluntary donation. Starseed Syndrome, welcome to Encounters. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
And whereabouts are you located, Starseed?
I'm calling you from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay, well, that's been a place with a lot of history outside of the Las Vegas area of over the years since the 60s and 50s of UFO activity. So tell us about your story and when it started.
Well, my stories are I basically I've been feeling connected to the universe since I was a young child. I said about 5 years old. I've had this amazing just infatuation with the stars and just everything that evolves around it. And like I said, I've been waiting to get abducted. I consider that being lucky if you get abducted.
Well, no, let me tell you something. You don't want to be abducted. That's the wrong thing.
Mhm.
Abductions are negatives. In the history, I've been around since the 60s. You don't want to be abducted. What you want to learn to do is spiritually connect cosmically with star people of light. There's a big difference. So I can see there are things you need to learn first.
Okay,
No need to want to get abducted. You don't want to do that. Nobody should be getting abducted by
that's a
ETs. If
no-no.
you are, so I'm going to teach you a few things here. Well, I'm glad you came on. So what you
Okay.
need to do is in meditation, which is like
Mhm.
breathing in, and I don't know if you even do any meditation, but if you don't,
Yes, I
you
do.
need to.
Yeah.
Okay, so with the meditation, that's a start. What you want to do is learn how to connect with your higher self. And if you have the ability to do that, ask your higher self to connect with Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness has nothing to do with religions. It's a universal consciousness that exists throughout the multiverse. If you tap into the Christ consciousness, then you can say, okay, now I wish to contact my star family, Christed beings of light. You always want to say specifics, like my star family, who are Christed beings of light from a certain planetary system beyond Earth. You don't know who they are. I don't know who they are, but everybody has a star family. So instead of saying the word, throw the word abduction out of your consciousness now. Can you do that?
Yes, I can.
Okay, just throw it out. It doesn't exist anymore in you. So you're
Ah,
not going to
yes.
be abducted. You're going to have a positive experience. And what you're going to do is learn through meditation how to prepare yourself for positive contact with what we call your star family. Everybody here has a star family. Everyone watching the show has a star family. You don't have to know yet who they are, but as you awaken to that higher vibrational frequency, you will eventually be contacted or connect with your star family. Everybody will. It's not exclusive to anyone. Every single person on this planet has the ability to make that connection, but not everybody is awakened yet to be able to understand it. You are
Okay.
awakened enough to know that, hey, I want to do this. You just need the tools to understand how to do it. And the tools are by watching hearing what I'm saying on the show. I'm a good guidance to help you get there.
I watch you
Because
all the
I've
time.
been,
I actually downloaded the CE5 app, which you recommended. I did pay for that
oh,
one
yeah,
time. I got that. Yeah,
yes,
I'm on deck. I watch a lot. I'm very spiritual. I'm on one to
yeah.
talk much. You're actually the first person I've ever talked to live on TikTok. So this is
Oh,
the first.
great. Well,
Hi, TikTok.
I'm honored that I'm honored you came up here. So I want you to use the C5 app. That also is going to help you make peaceful contact with peaceful star people, space people. And since you're in Las Vegas, you find a place out there in the desert you feel comfortable with a few people that are very positive, that are interested in it. Find a place out in the desert outside of Las Vegas and do a C5 together. I guarantee you, as you do it, at some point you're going to make visual contact with space people. And you have plenty of desert
Wow.
out there,
Okay.
believe me, once you get outside of the city. You know that, right?
Oh, I
Of
got
the
plenty,
desert?
man. I'm out here every day, every night with the sunsets. I capture every cloud every day. I got them in order. I post them and I put messages behind my videos. So I'm also
Yeah,
starting to
so,
spread the word, just like you are. We're on the same page here,
yeah.
but you're on a
So,
way higher level than I am.
so do you have any areas like outside? How far are you away from like a big desert area where there's less light pollution?
Oh my God, 5 minutes, 10 minutes away. Yeah.
Yeah, so what you want to do is plan on doing something like that in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Go out into a very remote area where there's desert, not far away from a road, of course. You don't want to get lost out there, but go to a place that you feel comfortable with and do a Christed meditation and say, and if you have like 1 or 2 or 3 people that you feel comfortable with, come together with each other and do the C5 app, conduct the C5, and ask for the Christed beings of light that you wish to only connect with those of the light. And you can even say Ashtar Command, which I'm going to say because that's the people I am from, the Ashtar Command. So I wish to
Okay.
connect with the Ashtar Command levels of understanding. And if there are any Ashtar Command people with your ships in my area, I wish to connect with you. And the Ashtar Command represents many planetary worlds of light. So as you do this, you can now put a focus on telepathy, which is mind-to-mind communications. And eventually you will, whether it be Ashtar Command specifically or other star people from other star nations or star planetary systems, you will be able to make that contact. And I truly believe that to be the case.
I love it, man. Can you mind me asking how you spell Ashtar? Is it ASCHAR?
No, it's ASHTAR, Ashtar.
Oh, okay, Ashtar. Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, Ashtar is it's like a United Nations of many, many planetary worlds beyond Earth. They've been around
kind of like the Galactic Federation, maybe, in that type.
Well, there's no real galactic federations. There's only one main group, which is the Ashtar Command. There are different councils of light, but there's no separate groups. Those things are basically things on the internet that have been made up over the years. But there's one big group, which is the Ashtar Command, which represents every single spiritual planetary system within the multiverse. Awesome. And that's a lot of planets.
Right on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate your time and your knowledge. Thank you.
Oh, hey, well, I appreciate you. And, this, you can always convey the knowledge even on your live when you do your live stuff. Whatever I can help you with is to help you to spread the word of what we're doing here about contact. It's really important, and people can learn, but they have to go through the steps of the protocol of understanding who they're contacting. So whenever you talk to people on a live, you'll want to tell them if they're talking about contact and they want to have experiences, they got to use the meditation, they got to be focused, they got to operate in Christ consciousness in order to facilitate the right contact and not have themselves being abducted by lower vibrational ETs.
Exactly. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I'm a light bearer. I believe I'm a star seed also, and I'm on the beginning of my mission. So, and I'm still
you are in the beginning.
Ready,
yeah,
man. I'm so ready for it. Oh my God! When you were telling me all this, you made every single hair on my body stand up. My ankle hair stood up. I never get my ankle hair standing up, but yeah, you did that. So that means we had a good connection, buddy.
Yeah, we do. You definitely you have a long time to enjoy it. And we're going to have contact in a year and a half, which my friend April, who's a dear friend of mine in Vermont, has been, I can't even keep track of how many times we've taken on the ships. And that's a whole nother story. But definitely, you can also learn from me. And when you hear Friends with Fairies on 11/11, watch her live and you'll learn a lot from her too.
Okay. 11/11. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, brother.
All right.
I want to thank you for coming to Las Vegas, Nevada. Thanks for being here.
Have a blessed night.
You too. You too. And see, this is what we do here. We help people. See, I'm not your typical UFO nuts and bolts wearing a 3-piece suit kind of guy. You'll never find me do that. Not me. So please share and like. If you're not liking the show, if you haven't liked the show, like it. If you're not following me, everybody follow me. And this way you can know we're on. Kara's greatest mom ever. Thank you for the follow. We appreciate it. David, welcome to the show. This is the #1 talked about UFO talk show, spiritually speaking, on social media. We're busting the matrix. Kara, thank you for that. Join me, team. Thank you for the hats, everybody. Go to my Venmo. If you go to my main page, you can do a donation on my Venmo. We certainly appreciate the direct spiritual donations to what we do here. Venmo is my Cash App on my main profile. You'll see a link to YouTube, my profile, and also to my Venmo. Please go to the Venmo. Shell Bell, thank you. Thank you. And Venmo is part of actually PayPal. They own Venmo, so it's a safe thing to go to, and you can make a donation there. So it's really a beautiful thing here to have all of you here. And speaking of which, we know that our friend April, who is like a sister to me, has, thank you for the roses, Starseed, has been constantly, almost every other night, going off planet. She started going off planet a year ago, not every night, but because of all the stuff going on, she's been taken off planet almost every other night. And it's a lot of work. And eventually, there are a number of us in the group with April, myself and 3 other people, that will be joining her off planet at some point soon. So you'll be our show here is a clearinghouse for what's going to be happening. There's going to be direct contact, or what we call mass contact, in this timeline in about a year and a half. So I say that very confidently when I say a year and a half we're going to have contact. We are certainly going to have contact, you know. And for years, people have heard about it. If, depending what your age is, you might, you know, if you weren't around 30 years ago or 20 years ago, all I know is if you're around when the Facebook started and people are able to start these Facebook groups, that's when all the stuff happened about contact. If you were reading Sedona Journal before they had internet, which I used to write for Sedona Journal of Emergence out in Arizona, a well-known international magazine, I stopped writing for it when I was doing my radio, but they would always talk about different beings talking about contact. But a lot of times, a lot of it was channeled, so therefore a lot of it didn't happen, and especially on the web with the internet and all the websites. But there is going to be a level of contact that's coming to Earth. And the question is to be prepared. I think more and more when people tell me their stories, I see that some people are genuinely prepared and wanting to have that contact. And there are other people that just aren't like totally ready for it. Yeah, Starseed, the reason why you're homesick, once you start tuning into who you truly are and you connect with your star family, you'll know where your home is. And I think Starseed, through meditation, take time to meditate and ask, where is your home? Where is your planetary system? Where are you from? If you do that, you'll be able to find out where you're from. But you have to be willing to do that. Mazel says, yes, indeed. And we love your stories. If you have a story to tell, like my guests have just tonight, you have to be over 18. If you've had a contact experience, if you have contact with Bigfoot, if you, Kara's greatest mom ever. So Kara's greatest mom ever, we're going to bring you up. Kara's greatest, your question is about how do I control my astral projection? We're going to get into that.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good. Welcome to the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. Glad to have you with us.
Glad to be here.
So tell us about yourself and your experiences.
I have a lot of crazy experiences to the point where it feels like it's uncontrollable at this point. Where, you know, my son has told me stories of him fighting skinwalkers in my own home. So,
Really?
Yeah, he has told me a story the other night that there was a skinwalker in the kitchen and it was red and it tried to do something and he, I guess, kicked it in the neck and tried to punch it and then it disappeared. And like I was sleeping and it was awfully strange because when I woke up, there was like a power surge. So when I woke up, like my physical body, the house was pitch black. And then when I was consciously like came to, I was sitting at the edge of my bed and then the lights actually turned on and I was like, oh my God, what the heck is going on? And then like everybody was asleep in my house and nothing was going on. But then the next morning, like I was talking to my son and he was telling me about this crazy skinwalker in the kitchen. And I was like, all right, well, just know that, you know, the skinwalker is not going to hurt you and there's nobody here that's going to hurt you and I'll protect you. But for me, I've had a lot of experiences with things that I would say may look like a skinwalker. I've seen a monkey skinwalker, if that's what you want to call it. It looked like a monkey with a big like elephant leaf on its head, and it was standing in my backyard. And we were kind of just having like a one-on-one stare off, and I climbed out on my roof and was like, what are you doing? Go away. And that was kind of like the end of it. So as far as like my fear with anything that I see, that I don't have a fear to them, but I feel like I do know they exist. And whether people want to believe it or not, I've had a lot of my own very spiritual encounters here in my own home that kind of have freaked people out to the point where nobody wants to come to my house.
No, your house is the one house in the neighborhood. Yeah, stay away from that person's house.
I very much enjoy it. I don't know if you remember the movie This Is the End, where they find the alien ball that throws off the blue glow or something like that, which is like considered a government reset in the movie. Mm-hmm. I've had 2 experiences like that. One in my own home where a power surge went completely around my room. And then another one where I was driving in the car and it looked like somebody that maybe could be dressed like a Squid Games character held up a blue pen and tried to flash it at me. And I was like, government reset, but it's not working.
Right. So was this in real time? Like you weren't dreaming this. You were.
No, this was I was consciously awake.
You were consciously awake, folks. So you've had experiences with those, that what they call that word that you mentioned. And it seems like you have no fear of them, correct?
Correct.
This is very interesting. So, yeah, we're going to go there. So your son saw the skinwalker, correct?
Correct.
And so with that experience, and then you've seen them too, you physically went on your roof.
Yes.
What state are you located in?
Pennsylvania.
And you had skinwalkers in Pennsylvania where you live. You go on your roof and they're in the backyard, correct?
Yes. So he looked like a monkey and he was holding a wooden ball that looked hand carved. And he was kind of just like tossing the ball in his hands back and forth as if he was playing with it like a monkey would. But it was not scary to me.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I've heard of skinwalkers on the West Coast in the deserts and places like that, never in like in Pennsylvania. So this is very interesting. So why do you think, when did that start happening with the skinwalkers in Pennsylvania where you are in your location?
I would say probably sometime around last year, maybe around October or November.
And why do you think that's happening?
Well, not to put TikTok out there, but I've saw a video one time where the government has made an alliance with the aliens to allow them to abduct certain individuals to do testing on, so they can exchange knowledge with them on how to build better spacecraft. But the aliens that were supposedly abducting these human beings, the human beings were never supposed to wake up to the knowledge that they were being abducted and tested on. Not to be like a whistleblower, but sometimes I feel like I might be a part of that alliance, because I've had the FYI fear-mongering vans watching me all the time. And I just had a lot of crazy experiences where, I have taken myself to the hospital because people are like, wow, you're really delusional and crazy with a lot of the things you're saying, so you need to shut up. And I'm
they don't know. Let me go backwards a little bit. So have you had government vehicles, vans in your area?
Yes, parked outside my house.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're being monitored by the government?
100%.
And were you being monitored before the events happened with the skinwalkers? Was there anything happening before that? You were just having a normal life, or whatever normal is.
Yeah.
You were having a life, and there was no government vehicles unmarked coming around your house monitoring you or watching you, correct?
Correct.
So why do you think they're watching you? The government, I mean.
Because I've had the flood of knowledge happen to me. Mm-hmm. So
where are you getting, so this is very, very fascinating, folks. So when you use the flood of knowledge, I with the Ashtar Command, the space beings, the positive beings that I work with before I came to Earth, and I'm here, like I said, So I don't work with any negative ET stuff at all. I know my parents are on a spaceship right now. I know them, very closely, and they're watching our show on a spaceship on a monitor as we speak. So, as you're getting this ability to know this stuff, where do you think it's coming from?
I feel like it's coming from a higher collective consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
I also have suspicion that maybe the Illuminati could be also associated with the connection of the flood of knowledge.
Well, do you, forgetting the Illuminati for a second and just focusing on you and your experiences, do you find yourself also connecting with positive space people? I have a feeling at some point there's a lot of things going on. You're not just dealing with one group of beings. You're dealing with a bunch of stuff. You got the government on your case with unmarked vehicles. You got the other thing with the skinwalkers. And I also think that there's another group that is watching what you're doing. Am I correct?
Correct.
Tell me about the other group.
So I believe that there is a higher up collective consciousness that has a lot of mind control and outer control that I can't even control. Sometimes I describe it as, in certain situations where I've gotten into fights with people, I feel like there is a light switch that I don't control. And when the light switch goes off, or like when when my consciousness shuts down and then the light switch comes on, it's like another entity takes over my body to control and protect whatever I need to be protected for myself. So that way, whatever's trying to fight me doesn't inflict pain and cause me to be a person no more.
Right. So this third group of beings, which I'm tuning into your story, I'm getting information. There's a third group. I'm almost tempted to tell you who they are. Give me a moment to just give this a moment of self-reflection here. This third group has been watching what the government has been doing and what the skinwalkers have been doing. They've been watching both of them. They're also watching over you. There's a group of beings of light that are watching over you. They haven't
the Pleiadians and the Archerians?
Well, I don't know who they are specifically, but they're watching over you, and they haven't interceded yet. When I say intercede, when I use that terminology to somebody, they physically have not totally yet interceded. They're waiting. They're watching very closely what's happening with you. I think they will eventually intercede and stop what's going on. But right now, they are watching what you're doing and how you're protecting your family and how you're protecting yourself before they even go to the point of interceding. They're very carefully watching. They don't want to just jump in there. They want to watch and see what you're doing. You've been downloaded with the ability to actually prevent this stuff from happening with the skinwalkers yourself. That's why the skinwalkers don't do anything, except when they appear, they're not really doing anything, correct? Are you still there? Now what happened? Oh, this is interesting. I'm telling you, folks, whenever I do this show, something very strange goes on here. I've never had a show like this. It just is always going to be something happening here. I hope she's all right. She just disappeared. She's gone. She's gone. My guest has disappeared. Hey, if you watched my show, you know what's happening. She's gone. I hope she comes back. I know my space family is watching the show. This show is protected. My guests are protected, and we'll have none of it. And if the government is monitoring the show, I just want the command to make sure that they are blocked from monitoring our show. All right, this just happened. You were all witnesses to the fact. If anyone has watched my show since I got on here in 2023, this is not the first time this has happened. She's disappeared. She's gone. She was telling the truth. She was telling a story that was true. My questions are always very direct. I never mishmash my questions. She was telling her truth. She'll be okay. I'm not sure she is, but she's not here. You know? Only here on Encounters, every time, not all the time, but it does happen. When we're getting to a truth, Ashley said there's a glitch. There probably could be a glitch. Jane, I don't think so. I don't think they can do that. But it could be a technical glitch, but the fact is, she should be able to come right back into TikTok and join me again. Let me see where she is. She's not even here. So we're talking and getting to some really interesting points. Her phone goes on pause, and she's taken right off of TikTok. She's out. She's not even there anymore on my talk show. It could be her phone went out. It could be. I want to take the more logical conclusion that it was probably her phone losing power. She didn't have enough power. Hey, Riley's Custom Guitar, good to see you. You see, one of the things I have a belief in since I studied media back in my college days in Vermont with NPR Pacifica Radio, Pacifica Radio, not NPR, I studied news media and I studied questionings. I had to ask questions. So because I do the show I do, TikTok knows I'm going to ask questions. That's what I'm here to do. And I believe that people should have the freedom to express their stories without being censored. I really believe that. When people start being censored, now again, maybe the battery on her phone went dead. I'm gonna go with that logical conclusion. But on the back of my mind, I'm thinking she was saying some very direct, interesting things. Now understand, she also said she had unmarked vans watching her. When things started happening, these vans would show up, and they were watching her. She said her son had contact with the skinwalkers in their kitchen. And she's seen skinwalkers on her property. She was on the roof of her property, just to recap what happened here. Then she gets into, my phone died. Okay. All right. So thank goodness, logically, it was just your phone died. I thought it was something. You're starting to make me think something else happened. So her phone died. Okay. She's back. Let me take a look here, Kara, see if we can bring you back on here. You had me worried there for just a moment of time.
Hey, sorry about that.
You had me thinking that the government took you off the air, but you are back. You have such a fascinating story. We're going to continue with your story. So as we're getting into this, we're talking about that I do believe there's a third group that's watching you, which are beings of light.
Yes.
Without giving a specific name to them, because I don't know specifics. I don't like to say something unless I know. But I do know that they've been watching you while all this stuff has been transpiring, and they've been watching for the moment when they can come in and interact with you. Let me ask you a question. Have you asked them to visit you or interact with you physically?
Yes.
And what has happened? Can you tell us about that?
So I feel like there have been nights where I have been so desperate to meet aliens that, I sleep with my window open, just for the hopes that maybe they will come and take me and kidnap me and experiment on me, because I am very...
No, wait, let me slow you down. You don't want to be kidnapped. You don't want to be experimented with, right? Right. That's a negative thing. Don't say that. You don't want to do that.
So not in a negative aspect. No, not in that type of aspect. But I don't know. I've had so many spiritual encounters that it's kind of hard to decipher the good from the bad. I think at this point, there's a lot of entities that come for me, and I wake up in the morning with like black and blues and stuff. So it's tough.
So how would you like me to help you to stop that from happening?
I would really want all negative entities to leave the premises, because I always am verbally expressing that they are not welcome here. They are not wanted. I live in a home where I feel there should be nothing but protection. I have children here, so I don't want my children to ever be at harm. And I think that people are kind of in a state of fear to come to my home, and I don't want anybody to have to feel that way.
So here's what I'd like to do for you, and this is something that the Ashtar Command, I've agreed not to do something else that I was doing for a while, because they need every single spaceship and every single commander they have to do work that needs to be done. So they've activated in me about less than a week or two ago the ability to do certain things, so remotely. So I'd like to do for you is I'm going to go into my Ashtar Command mode, and I'm going to physically, on a one-to-one basis, remotely help you. I've been empowered with enough energy to do this and protect myself at the same time, because I am well protected. So Wonderful. What I'd like to do is I want you to close your eyes.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do with you is going to be an experiment even bigger than I've done with a few people so far in the last week or so. I'm going to test what they've given me the ability to do and see if I'm able to do it. So what I want you to do is... Okay, so you close your eyes. I want you to breathe in and breathe out of your nostrils a couple of times. Okay. When you're relaxed, you let me know.
I'm ready.
Okay. I'm personally going to do this myself. Everyone listening, I know many of you are used to me sending ships. I'm not doing that anymore. I had a communications with the command about that. They need all their people and their spaceships for other things that are really important. So we're not doing any of that. And they're watching me, so they know that I'm respecting that. What I'm going to do for you is work not just on you. I'm going to work on your whole property. Now, this is a big thing for me because I've never done a whole property, and I'm going to do this right now. I'm also going to work with you at the same time.
Okay.
So I want you to just sit still. I'm going to work on your upper area above your head. So I'm closing my eyes to do this. For people watching the show, what I am doing is real. What I'm going to do is real. And the results of what I'm going to be doing are all related to Ashtar Command energy, which I'm going to beam towards her location in Pennsylvania. In a moment, you will feel an energy of light around you that I'm shooting at you right now. Relax.
That's beautiful.
Relax. Are you feeling the energy right now?
Yes, it's wonderful.
Okay. Yes. Like I said, I'm telling the truth, people, that they gave me the ability to do things that I wasn't able to do a few weeks ago. We're clearing all the energy in your body. I'm clearing all the stuff in your consciousness myself. We're giving all that stuff back to the Creator. Yes. Nothing stays here. It all goes back to the Creator and will dissolve. All of it will dissolve into nothingness. I'm working on you specifically around your body area, your etheric body. I'm working on your whole cellular structure with the palm of my hand. That's where the energy is coming from that they give me on both palms, actually.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I'm also going to use the beam of energy with my other hand to go into every room with my light energy. Myself going to clear all the energy in all your rooms in your house. If you have a basement, we're going to clear all the energy there. I'm going to do that. I'm doing this remotely for her. I'm going to put a shield. I'm creating a shield around your house with my palm of my hand right now. I'm creating, it's almost like an egg. I can see the structure. It's invisible. It's like an invisible egg. It'll be around your home. I created this structure. It's etheric. And I'm shooting out a beam of energy around your property, which will prevent the skinwalkers from coming back to your property. I'm doing this on my own here. Okay. This is the first time, people, on my show I've done this. I've been given new powers. And when I use the word powers, I don't mean it in a negative way. I've been given the ability, they've actually given me powers to do certain things here, and I'm doing it. There's a lot of heat energy coming from my palms, so you can probably feel the energy flowing through your cellular structure.
Yes, I can.
And we're now healing you. There's no more fear to be left. In terms of the government vehicles, I don't know yet how to deal with that. I'm going to figure that out. I don't know how to stop a government vehicle from coming to your location, but I'm able to stop the other things from happening.
It's wonderful.
More importantly, the protection of your family is my first and foremost thing.
Amen.
And I am from the Astro Command. For people that are watching this show, I came from off planet here on Mission Earth in the 1960s. I am fully activated, and I've now been downloaded some ability by my father on the ship just recently, and I'm using that ability to help people while our space people and their ships are helping do what they need to do on a more collective basis. So we're not taking any ships away from anywhere. They are doing what they need to do, and I'm respecting that.
I respect that.
The people that you're connected with, you're the third group, the star people, you'll be able to, I want you to stay focused on them and not the other things. Focus on the star people and start relating and communicating with them. And the other things will be taken care of by myself. I've set a permanent energy around your home. I have a lot of heat energy coming out of the palm of my hand right now, so I'm activated and doing this work with you.
Yes.
I'm putting an invisible shield around your body, etherically speaking. No one will be able to see it. You'll be able to feel it all the time. It'll be a warm energy around you all the time. Now, if you have a hot day, it will adjust to the weather pattern, but this energy will protect you. Your home, your area is now protected, and you can open your eyes now, please.
That is beautiful. Thank you.
I want you to say these words because they're very important to me when I work with people now, the way I'm doing with the command giving me this power to remotely protect them. I want you to say these in words with me, please.
Okay.
I am a Christed being of light.
I am a Christed being of light.
I will never have any negative contacts again.
I will never have any negative contacts again.
This is my home.
This is my home.
This is my home.
This is my home.
This is not your home.
This is not your home.
This is a home of light.
This is a home of light and love.
This is a home of Christed light.
This is a home of Christed light.
You are no longer allowed to come here.
You are no longer allowed to come here.
I am the light.
I am the light.
And I am connected always to the light.
And I am connected always to the light.
And there you go. And you are connected to the light.
Amen. Thank you.
How do you feel?
I feel much more positive and warm and happy and safe.
Now, give me a moment. I'm just going to take all the stuff that I've been working with you on. I'm making sure it's not staying here with me. I'm taking it and saying, okay, bye. I'm throwing it right up to the Creator. And
yes.
The Creator's going to take care of it and demolish it into nothingness.
Wonderful.
So you're now totally healed.
Thank you so much, sir.
Mm-hmm. I want you to keep in touch with me and let me know if you have any problems. and they try to come into your force field of light, let me know.
I absolutely will.
Okay, Kara, I thank you for being here. Folks who are watching my show, this is real what I do. I don't have any hocus pocus. I don't have pendulums. I don't have neon lights. I don't have cards throwing up in the air. I am from the Ashtar Command. I'm a talk show host as well, but I was working with her in my Ashtar Command consciousness just now. So she's good.
Thank you so much,
Kara,
sir. I'm so glad I met you.
I'm glad I met you too. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. You are a very powerful being, and I commend you for your show.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You keep on keeping on, and you're going to be able to do wonderful things.
And I will greatly keep in touch. You have a wonderful afternoon or evening.
Yeah,
Good night.
Definitely. All right, you take care.
Thanks, you too, sir.
Now, I like to see people happy, you see. So if you're watching my show, you saw something I just did with somebody individually, okay? And you'll see me doing more of this when I need to. Lady Libra, we're going to bring you up. Lady Libra, you're our next guest. Lady Libra sees ships around her house. I want to hear that story. Lady Libra. Interesting. You're watching Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. Lady Libra, good evening.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm all right.
And where about you located?
I'm in New Jersey.
Okay, New Jersey. So I hear you're seeing ships around your house, correct?
Yeah, like they're like bright and it looks like, I don't know, it's very strange. They're like very, very, very bright. Like, and it looks like it's ripping through the sky. Like it looks so crazy. And then sometimes I just see faces flashing.
Are you hitting something with a fork or something? What's going on? Or eating food?
Oh, you know what? That's my earring. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, we got to get that earring to stop doing that.
Yeah, I took it off.
Okay, good. So when did this start happening with these sightings around your house?
You know what? It started happening after like my dad passed away in December, and he shows up as this white light too. Like he just, he walks around the house like in the front to like guard the house. I haven't put it up there because some people just don't they don't. Sometimes I'm just scared that they're going to say something, and that's like my dad. That's my dad. It's still my dad.
Yeah.
I know it's him. Like he shows me that it's him. But yeah, like I'm always seeing like I have a lot of footage. Oh my God, it's insane. And I couldn't understand what I was seeing. At first I was like, no, it's probably like an airplane, but I went out there and I was like, okay, I can't see this with my bare eyes. Like I cannot see that with the naked eyes. But sometimes I can like feel the energy outside. Like it's so weird. Like my house is surrounded.
So you are a totally activated person. You probably realize that you have the ability to feel when the ships are around your location, correct?
Pretty much, because like I end up like opening up my phone and just looking outside, like out of my camera, and then I do see them. Yeah.
Now, do you feel on an unconscious level you're somehow inviting them to come to you, the space people or beings on these ships to come to your area, or do you think it's just random?
I think that it's just random. I wasn't thinking about that, to tell you the truth.
Interesting.
Yeah, they just started coming around. Like I have a lot of spirits that are around here. I don't know if it's because I'm just so open and like they know that I can see them or feel them.
Yeah. Well, we don't get into the paranormal, but in terms of the other stuff, like the ET stuff, yeah, definitely. If those things that you're having happen, I'm kind of curious, since you don't feel like you're making it happen, that maybe they're drawn to you, the spaceships, the people on board those ships, or the beings,
Yes.
that they're drawn to you. So a lot of times when that happens, people, when they have that happen, if it's a positive contact, it could be beings that you're connected with, that you're from another star system as a star seed, but you don't remember who they are, or you don't know yet who they are. and that's okay.
Right, right. I had a look, I don't remember if this is what happened to me when I was little, and I still don't know. I don't know if it was a dream or I don't, and I tell everybody this. I've been saying it for many, many years. I was
Hmm.
like, I remember being on a table and like these bright, bright, bright white lights on me, and then I remember me looking at, I don't know what they, like you couldn't really see their face because of the bright light, but
Hmm.
I can hear that they didn't sound human.
What year
And
was this? What year did this happen to you?
I have no clue. No clue. I
Was it?
just
Let me
it's
ask you
just a memory I have.
a memory. Was it when you were like a kid that you feel like it's
Mhm.
when you were younger? So if you had
Mhm.
to take a guess about the age, I don't expect you to know exactly.
Maybe like maybe 10, maybe 11,
Okay, we'll go
maybe
with that.
somewhere
10 or
around there.
11. That would be
Mhm.
about right. So you're on a table on a spaceship and you can't really see who they are. They're speaking a language
They
that's
were
not English.
laughing. Yeah, they were
They
like
were laughing.
laughing. They were like giggling at me because yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they were like laughing at me and I was just like, and I was like like I can tell that I was like dozed off. Like I was like,
Dozed off.
yeah,
So did you think they had put you under a little bit so you didn't see them?
maybe.
Hmm. And when you're on the table, I know it's a vague memory, but I think you were abducted at that age.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember anything, any markings on your arm or anything when you have you checked?
I mean, I do have marks on me, but I don't know what's what.
Okay, so let me
Mhm.
ask you a question. The marks that are on you, and I don't know what's what either, but when you
Mhm.
were a kid at 10 or 11 years old, or before this thing happened about the table and the beings laughing at you, did you have any markings on your arm when you were a kid before that happened?
I remember I had like chicken pox or something like that
Oh,
that
chicken pox. Okay.
yeah, ended up like scarring me. So I know I
Okay.
have a
Well,
few
that yeah, that
scars.
so that chicken pox will leave you that thing.
Right,
But the
that's what I'm
markings that
saying.
so the markings that if they abducted you, I'm not saying they did do anything to you physically, but if they
Mhm.
had, there'd be some sort of people tell me there's like 3 dots on their arm or something that they have very
Hmm.
specific things that they're imprinted on their skin that allows them to know that they remember being abducted and some physical thing was done to them. But from your perspective, let's say you're 10, 11 years old, you're on a table, and whenever you hear abduction stories, it's always on a table. They put you on a table. So you don't remember much about what happened, do you?
No, because I was very like like I was just so like
Hmm.
drowsy and like I remember looking at them and I was just kind of like, what are they laughing at? And they just kept laughing and I was just like, but I couldn't really move, like I
Hmm.
couldn't move. And I remember they did something. It was like they were doing something. I don't know what they did, but it was like they were doing something.
When they were doing something, did you feel as a kid, did you feel when you're on that table, did you feel any pain? Did you feel anything?
Mm-mm,
You didn't feel anything.
nothing.
Yeah, this is a very strange story. I mean, I believe it happened to you. I'm not reading enough into it to
Hmm.
understand who they are or what their purpose was. And then a part of me is saying,
And it was like
and then
almost like they were the nurses or something. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like it was like they
the
were the
nurses,
nurses. Yeah, like they were
interesting.
taking care of me. Yeah.
They were taking care of you on this table. Very interesting. I am not sure. I'm going to have to really ponder your story here and kind of like
Hmm.
meditate on it. It's an extremely interesting point of your life as a kid. The fact that you
Hmm.
remember that is good that you're able to remember that, but I don't think they want you to remember really clearly what happened to you. I think
Right.
that part, but I think to order to remember that, you would have to be hypnotized to go back into that childhood experience to maybe bring out more information, which I'm sure there is in your consciousness, subconsciousness, but it's not something
Hmm.
that's going to be like right there in front of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because let me tell you, there's a lot of my like childhood that I do not remember. It's like I was never here. I swear to you. Like I tell people all the time, because like a lot of people talk to me and they'll be like, "Oh, remember when we went here?" Or remember, or my dad would bring up something, and I'm like, "No,
Right.
I don't. I
You don't
really
remember.
don't. I don't remember nothing. No,
Mhm.
it's like everything got blocked out."
So I've got the one thing I am getting that I think you were abducted more than once. The only thing you remember is that one time on the table. I don't think it was a one-time experience. I think there are
Probably
multiple
not.
experiences that are in your subconscious that you're not able to remember yet. For whatever reason, the mind has blocked it out. It's there,
Right.
but you just don't remember it. That's where being hypnotized by a specific type of hypnotist might bring all those memories up to
That's a good
clarify what
idea.
you're going. Yes, but you have to take a look at and see who does hypnosis. There were people like Bud Hopkins, who I knew in New York. He wrote many books about people that were abducted. But look for hypnosis therapy from people that are very good. Find out what people say about them. Make sure they're honest and they're really caring people that are
Okay, what
doing
did
it
you
the right
say?
way.
What's his name? Because, like, New York's not that far.
Well, Bud Hopkins, I don't know if he's alive anymore, but I knew him. He wrote many books on abductions, and he used to hypnotize people that were abductees. I'm just saying, look for people in the community of the UFO community that do hypnotic regression, and just make sure it's the right person. I would suspect, I would look maybe for a woman that's honest enough to do it, who does hypnotic regression with people that have had possible abductions. And if you do that, I think just some research, take your time, come back to me and let me know who you found, and I'll do some research and see what they say about them, and then we can collaborate with you just a little bit to make sure you're going to the right person.
Yeah. If you want, like, I can send you the videos too. If you want to give me a place where I can send it.
The videos you can send.
They're crazy.
Yeah, so the videos, just send it to my email for the show. CmdRaleon. Yeah, ALEON.
ALEON.
At AOL.com.
At AOL.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on here.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for sharing a part of your life and your story. And what the most important, fascinating part was of the childhood experience when you were definitely taken on a ship and abducted, what I think is an abduction, but we'll find out more once you have hypnotic regression. I want to thank you, Lady Libra, for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And what's your first name?
I'm Carla.
Carla, nice to talk to you, Carla. We appreciate you. All right.
Carla, have a good night.
You too. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. And that's Carla on here on Encounters. There's a person that said they just got back from seeing many ships. Let me go back to that person. Let me go back. Sister you never had, abducted at age 4 and many, many times after. Got a deep tissue massage. Let's see here. Let me find the person that just came back from something here. Miss. I think San. I'm just trying to see here. Where's that person? Oh yeah, Elizabeth. That's who it is. So Elizabeth, we're going to bring you up. I think we're going to make you our last guest for tonight. We'll have more guests on tomorrow night. Let's see if Elizabeth is here. And Elizabeth would be next if she's still here, unless she's not here anymore. It is getting late. Let's see here. It's now 1:17 on the East Coast. I think we're going to kind of call it a night. Please go to my Venmo account, which is a PayPal thing. Venmo is a Cash App on my main page. Press the link and you can make a donation there. Starfire, thank you everybody out there for being here. I was going to do one more interview, but I am thinking it's kind of late. I've been on for over 2 hours. Can I call you Bob? I saw a spaceship, Watkins Wade. Watkins Wade, we'll bring you up tomorrow night, Watkins, and you'll be our first interview for the night on Encounters, so I'd love to do that. I think the commander needs to call it an evening. And I want to just thank you everybody for being here. We've got 119,000 likes. And Derek J. Covington, I saw Mothership. Derek, tomorrow night, if you're on, we can bring you on after we bring Watkins Wade. You'll be our second guest. And so mark your calendar tomorrow night. We're on after 11. Have I ever met a being from another world? Yes, when I was a kid. Not a being, I've met space people, men and women on a flying saucer that were human, and they were wearing light blue outfits. So yes, I have. Very spiritual, loving people. Very, very much. So I'm pondering thoughts here, but it is getting late. As much as I'd love to do at least another interview. Let me see. Blue Moon says I have a couple times. Blue Moon, we're going to follow you. And we would recommend you come on our show tomorrow night. We're on at 11 o'clock. I am now following Blue Moon. So definitely tomorrow night we're going to do more interviews. And we'd love to hear your stories, folks. That's what the beauty of the show is about. So many beautiful people out here finding our show who are watching it. And I know a lot of people are interested in hearing your stories, because when you tell your stories, other people can relate to it, right? If you've been abducted or not abducted, or had contact with space people, or having numerous sightings of spaceships, which people call UFOs, tahar. This is a clearinghouse for disclosure. And by your telling your story, you're actually disclosure. All of you are. Brenda, thank you for the tahar hat. You really are. So I appreciate that very much. And I think we're going to call it a night tonight. So, Sue, thank you very much. I appreciate that comment. Yeah, the commander, after he does some work like we did tonight with helping people, I have to regenerate, get some sleep. Bird lover, thank you. Everyone, we love you all. I always have to say that. Elizabeth, yeah, come back tomorrow and we'll have you on tomorrow night. And we thank everybody for watching the show. Whatever you do, be good to each other. Hey, Rod, be good to each other, embrace each other, and love one another. That's the key, right? All right, take care, everybody. Tahar, I must say. Thank you for the lightning bolt. I appreciate that. And please go to my Venmo account on here on TikTok on my main page. Hey, Rod, good to see you, brother. My main page on my Venmo account is a link there. And please make a donation. You know, the work we do here since last year, we've been very committed to what we do here. And every donation helps show the gratitude that you have for what we do. If you don't have any way of doing a donation, don't worry about it. If you're one of those folks that has $0, we want you to be here anyway. But if you've been blessed with some abundance, please donate whatever you want. I don't tell you what to do. You can donate $5, $10. That's great. Whatever it is on my Venmo account. So take care, everybody. Hey, Starseed, good talking to you, brother, in Las Vegas. And I look forward to seeing what happens in the desert with you in a couple of weeks. So take care, everybody. We'll catch you all later. Elizabeth, thank you for the roses.